Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I'll be teaching you how to make a crinoline hat, or you can call it a fascinator if you want. Kindly click the subscribe button and also the notification bell to get notification whenever I post a new video. Now I'll be making use of hat wire, bishop cap, UH gum, crinoline. This is about 7 inches width crinoline, a pair of scissors, bias, needle and thread, measuring tape for measuring the wire and other things. This is scientific wire. We might not make use of this. Now let's begin. Now I'll be taking this wire this way. This is about 37 inches wire, and I added one more inch, making it 38 inches. Now I hope you can see the way I'm tying the wire with my thread in order for it to stay properly. So with my thread, I am tying this wire. I'm holding it. Some people use masking tape, so you can use any one that suits you, but I'm making use of thread. So when you're done, you tighten it this way. Now when you're done, you cut out the excess thread. Now I'll bring out my crinoline and I'll measure out what I'll be using for this fascinator or crinoline hat, anyone you call it. So this is 36 inches. So I'm gonna hold it down and cut it. So what I really measured out is 35 inches plus one more inch, making it 36 inches just for the overlapping. That's why I added one more inch. Now this place where thread is, I'll start sewing it with this my hat wire. I'll be sewing the crinoline together with this hat wire. Just watch the way I'm sewing it and how it's gonna go. Just watch closely and you really get what I'm doing. So I'll keep sewing it this way. Just watch and see the way I'm gonna do it. Make sure you sew carefully and you sew at the tip of this crinoline. I'm sewing at the tip. So I'll take this round until I get to the other end of it. So this is it. I've gotten to this other end of it. Can you see what I'm doing? Just watch closely. You will see how it will turn out to be. So with my UH gum, I'm going to apply a little gum to this crinoline just for the overlapping, and I'll allow it to dry a bit before I join it together. Allow it to dry a bit for like 30 seconds before you join it together properly. Make sure it gums. So this is it. Now you tie up and cut out your excess thread. Now just watch what I'm gonna do next. So I'll be tying up this thread to this end of crinoline where I applied my gum to. So I'll start doing a running stitch from this end to the other end of it. So I'll keep doing this running stitch until I get to the other end of my crinoline. Make sure you carefully do this and don't allow the needle to go elsewhere where it's not meant to be. So you keep sewing carefully, as I said, until you get to the other end of it. So you can see the way it is now. When you're done, you tie it up and you cut out the excess thread. So this is it. So let's move to the next step. I'll be applying my UH gum to this bias. Just watch what I'm doing. You apply gently. You cover up your UH gum and you cut out this to make it smooth. So allow the gum to dry a bit. Then you start applying it to this place where wire is. You start covering it up this way. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So this is how you keep applying gum and covering it up until you get to that other end. So this is it. I have overlapped the bias when I got to that end. I hope you can see it. Now the next step is to attach this our bishop cap under. I'll put in my needle and thread and I'll start joining it to this hat or fascinator. Just watch and see what I am doing. Make sure it is placed at the middle of the bishop cap, okay? So that it will stay properly. So you need to carefully do this. So as you are sewing, you keep arranging and make sure it is properly placed. So I'll keep sewing this until it is strong. So once I finish sewing, what am I to do next? Just to tie it up. I'll tie up and cut out the excess thread. So with this, we'll still move to the next step of it. So with this crinoline, I'll be removing this thread here. I don't really want it to appear in my work, so I'll be removing it. Don't mind me, I'm just cutting out the thread one by one so that it will be easy for me to remove. So I'm removing the thread one by one. That's what I'm doing. You can remove it once if you want to do that, but you need to be really careful. I'm picking it up so that it won't spoil my crinoline. Now I'll be applying my UH gum to the tip of this crinoline. The crinoline I'm using is about 47 inches crinoline. So I'll be folding it in this way. Just watch what I am doing. Carefully folding, and I'll start forming some rows, and with my needle and thread I'll keep sewing it as I'm forming this rows. ROLLS, rows. I just formed one roll. I'm going to form another roll. You can call this rollers design if you want. Some people call it rollers design. So keep watching and see the outcome of this rollers design I'm forming. So I'll keep folding it in that way. I'll keep sewing it down. So this is what I'll keep doing until I get my desired, roll. So this remaining one is either I cut it off or I wrap it round. This my work. Whichever one that suits you, you do it that way. So it depends on what you want. So I'm rolling it round this my work, and I'm applying UHG gum to the tip of it so that that tip of my crinoline does not fray. So I like to dry a bit before you use your hand to do it this way. So this is it. With my needle and thread, I'll still sew it in order for it to be attached together to this my rollers design. So as I told you, you can decide to cut it off if you want. So I'll be attaching this roll to my fascinator or crinoline hat. So I'll keep sewing it until I'm sure it is strong enough. So when I'm done, I'll cut out the excess and tie up my thread just the way I'm doing it. You can decide to tie it up any way that suits you. Okay, so this is it. I'll be applying my flower design on top of it. Any flower design you have, you can decide to embellish it with it, add it on top of it, and add your Alice band on there. So this is it. I applied my flower design on top of it. I hope you can see it. So this is the design I use on top of it. So you can as well apply your Alice band under it, as I told you earlier. So this is it. Does it look beautiful? Thanks for watching. Bye.